See all kinds of fishies. So that little crack is where you can snorkel and scuba dive. You excited about manatees?
Super excited about the manatees. The silverfish flipping in the water.
Beluga Blue. She's a beaut. Hey, what's up? It's Pascale.
Hey, Mo.
Art of Adventure.
How you doing?
Welcome back to our channel. We're lucky in the state of Florida. There's almost always a body of water that you can jump into.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Really.
But if you want something really refreshing, you know you gotta hit those Florida springs.
What you know about them springs?
We're gonna give you the top 10 reasons we think Blue Springs State Park should be at the top of your list. Number 10, location. Volusia Blue Spring is the largest spring on the St. Johns River. It's also one of Florida's first magnitude springs, which means it pumps out a whopping 64 million gallons of water every single day. It's one of the only springs that hugs Florida's East Coast, sitting in Blue Springs State Park in Orange City, Florida. That's just outside of DeLand. Number 9, the price. Mo and I do a lot of spring hopping across the state. Prices can range anywhere from free to $30 a person. Blue Springs State Park only charges $6 for a carload up to 8 people. That's hard to beat. It also makes the spring very popular. Pro tip, on the weekends and in the summer months, you better be in line by 8 a.m. This park reaches capacity daily. Number 8, parking and park amenities. There are 2 big parking lots at Blue Springs State Park. The first lot fills up fast, so chances are you'll be directed to the overflow lot. Do not stress about this. The overflow lot also sits just feet from the boardwalk that hugs the whole spring run. The boardwalk makes it easy to get anywhere along the water. There are brick and mortar bathrooms at both lots, picnic tables, a few grills, even concession stands. Okay, let's get to the really fun stuff. Number 7, swimming and snorkeling the spring run. The spring water is 72 degrees year-round and crystal clear. Do not forget your mask and snorkel. There are a couple options. You can always go out to the dock right in front of the main concession area and jump in right there. But I suggest taking a 10-minute walk down the boardwalk toward the spring head. You'll see a sign that lets you know when it's the last water entry. From there, you can either swim against the current towards the spring head on the right or float back with the current. I recommend swimming against the current first to see the spring itself. It's very cool. It looks like a big crack in the earth. From here, you would never know this cave system drops down nearly 120 feet. You will feel the current from all that water pushing through this spring head. When you're tired of fighting it, you can just drift with the current back to the main dock near the parking lot. It's about a 15-minute drift. There is plenty of wildlife along the way. Couple notes for you. There are no lifeguards at Blue Spring. And keep an eye out for garbage that may sneak into the water. Do us all a favor and take it with you. Number 6, tubing the lazy river. Blue Spring is one of the shorter tube runs. As I mentioned, it's about a 15-minute float. It covers 1/8 of a mile. The layout of the state park and the boardwalk make it easy to float this run over and over. You can bring your own tube, but make sure you have a way to inflate it. I found out there are no public air filling stations. Tube rentals cost $6 for the first hour and $4 an hour after that. Here's another pro tip. I know most people leave their wallets in the car, but you will need to give them your driver's license to hold while you use the rentals. I do recommend you float this run. It's relaxing and you deserve it. Number 5. You can also paddle Blue Springs. There's a kayak launch in the park where the St. Johns River meets the spring run. If you bring your own kayak or stand-up paddle, you can launch it there for free. This is a really great way to explore the area. I've had a lot of luck seeing manatees in this part of the run. How cool! Tubers are not allowed to float this far from the spring, so it's a little more serene. You can paddle at your own pace and just take it all in. If you need to rent a kayak or canoe or even get a tour guide, you can do that too. Rentals start at $22 and tours start at $60 a person. You will need to schedule a tour ahead of time. You can find all the links you need in the description below. Number 4, river cruises. So maybe you want to float the river and check out nature, but you're not in the mood to paddle yourself. No problem. You can book a nature cruise through Blue Spring Adventures. They're located right there at the park by the kayak launch. The cruises last about 2 hours and there are multiple departures daily. Tickets are $18 for kids and $28 for adults. Number 3, camping, hiking, and biking. I know, this park is too good to be true. Bicyclists have access to a 7-mile paved path that will eventually link all the springs in Volusia County. Pine Island Trail is a nice 7-mile out and back hiking trail. You can link up with that trail from the lower parking lot. There are 51 campsites on the property that can accommodate RVs up to 40 feet. Pets are welcome in the campsite area. It's $24 per night to tent camp and $31 for RVs. Pro tip, these sites book way in advance. Check the reservation link in the description as soon as you know your travel dates. Number 2, scuba diving. It's really hard to find a state park that has so much going for it and has world-class scuba diving. Another big reason this spring can be fun for the whole family. The spring head is deceiving. So that little crack is where you can snorkel and scuba dive. What looks like a small crack to the rest of the spring hoppers is really the entrance to a unique underwater world. There's so much texture to this cavern. Each layer of limestone tells its own story. There are all kinds of little nooks and crannies. Most divers won't go farther than the cavern depth at 65 feet. Only cave-certified divers will slide deeper into the labyrinth. Max depth, 120 feet. If drift diving is more your thing, you can do that too at Blue Springs State Park. Keep your eyes open for lots of different kinds of fish, including these massive black pacus. Mo and I were joking they look like the bodyguards of the spring run. They're huge. Here's a pro tip for diving at the Springhead. Bring a dolly for your equipment. That boardwalk is a bit of a hike with all that gear. Okay, here it is. Number 1, manatees. Blue Springs is one of the best places in the whole state of Florida to see these cuties. Aren't they cute?
They are cute.
In the winter months, when the manatees are looking for warm water refuge, it's not uncommon to see hundreds gather in the 72-degree water of the spring run. Dude, there's like dozens over there.
Dozens.
To help keep this area a healthy refuge for manatees, the waterway that connects the St. Johns River to the spring is off limits to people between November and March. The closest you can get to them in the winter is the boardwalk or the docks just off the St. Johns River.
They're pretty cool.
Mo and I visit year-round, and I think we've seen manatees almost every time. They're so cute. They really like the bubbles the scuba divers make down near the spring head. And sometimes you get lucky enough to cruise down the spring runs side by side. Check out that little guy. When there are manatees in the water, be careful not to get too close or make them feel trapped. Stress can be very real for this threatened species. If you follow the rules and keep your cool, this can be a bucket list moment. That's 10 great reasons Blue Springs State Park should top your adventure list this year. What do you think? You ready to hit it?
Right?
It's a lot of fun.
When we going back?
If there's a spring you want us to check out, let us know in the comments below.
Yes.
And if there's a reason you love Blue Springs State Park that we didn't mention, let us hear about it. We want to know.
Yeah, we're missing.
Let the viewers know.
Love that joint.
If you found this video helpful, hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe.
You're not subscribed?
I can't even believe it. We got all kinds of adventures for you to check out.
Let's go.
We want our experiences to help make your next adventure epic.
Yeah.
That's what Art of Adventure is all about.
True.
All that's left for you to do,
Just go get it.
go get it.
Go get it.